Hey there, Captain Crewvn here, and welcome aboard. Today, we're getting our hands on what is, without a doubt, your most critical tool on the bridge, the ECDIS. Now, we're not going to get lost in complex menus or deep settings. Nope, we are starting with the absolute fundamentals, the things you'll do every shift, every single day. Let's get you feeling confident from the very first moment you power it on.
I really wanted to kick things off with this because it just hits the nail on the head. The skills we're about to cover, powering on, knowing the screen layout, using the controls, these aren't just little steps you can gloss over. They're the foundation for everything else. Knowing the system instinctively isn't just a good idea, it's absolutely non-negotiable for navigating safely and efficiently.
All right, first things first, let's talk about power. This is literally the first thing you'll do when you step onto the bridge and the very last thing you do when your watch is over. And getting this right, well, it's crucial for the health and the stability of the entire system.
So turning it on is a pretty straightforward two-step deal. First, you've got to find and switch on the main breaker for the ECDIS unit. That's what gives it the juice. Then you'll just move over to the control unit itself, find that power button, and give it a firm press. You'll see the startup screen pop up and hear the whole system whir to life. Easy as that.
Now, powering off, this is a bit more deliberate, and for a very good reason. You don't just tap the button and walk away. You're going to press and hold it for about 2 seconds. This brings up a little confirmation box on the screen, and you can't ignore it. You have to use the trackball, move that cursor over, and click OK. Only after you see the system has fully and properly shut down, then and only then do you go back and turn off the main breaker.
So why all the ceremony, right? Why not just kill the power? Well, think of it just like shutting down your computer at home. You wouldn't just yank the plug from the wall, would you? Because you might corrupt the operating system. It's the exact same thing here. An improper shutdown can lead to a painfully long reboot the next time you need it, or, way worse, it could actually lead to data loss. So please, always follow the procedure.
Okay, so the system is on. We're up and running. Let's take a look at the screen. At first glance, it might seem like a whole lot of information is being thrown at you, but it's actually brilliantly organized into 5 distinct zones. And once you understand these zones, you'll be able to find exactly what you need right when you need it.
First up, the main event, the chart display area. This is the biggest part of the screen, and for good reason. It's your digital window to the world. I'd say 99% of your attention is going to be focused right here, watching your ship's position move across that electronic navigational chart, the ENC.
Now shift your eyes over to the right. That's the information display area. If the chart is the big picture, think of this as your detailed dashboard. This is where the system gives you all the specifics, data on your planned route, vital info on other ships that your radar or AIS is tracking, and pretty much any other parameter you've told it to show you. Okay, now look all the way down at the bottom edge of the screen. This is your instant access area. The designers put these buttons here for a reason. In the heat of the moment, you do not have time to be digging through menus. These are your hotkeys for things you need to do right now, like dropping a man overboard marker or quickly taking a bearing.
And on the opposite side, over on the left, you'll find the main menu area. This is your command center. It's where you go to get under the hood. You're not going to be living here during normal navigation, but anytime you need to dive into system settings, manage your charts, or plan a new route, your journey starts right here.
And finally, we've got the Own Ship Data display. Think of this as your ship's vital signs, all updated in real time. With just a single glance, you see your precise position, your current heading, and your speed. These are the numbers you're going to be constantly monitoring and reporting on.
So now you know what you're looking at. The next logical question is, how do you actually, drive the thing? There are 3 main ways you're going to interact with and command the ECDs. Those 3 are the control unit, the trackball, and the keyboard. The control unit has these great physical knobs for instant tactile adjustments. The trackball, that's basically your mouse for getting around the screen. And the keyboard is, for when you need to type something. They're all designed to work together so your hands can find what they need without you even having to look down. Let's zero in on that control unit because physical controls are just so important. You've got the power button, obviously, but you've also got a Brill knob to quickly adjust the screen brightness for day or night. And crucially, you have dedicated dials for your EBL and VRM. That's your electronic bearing line and variable range marker. This lets you take quick measurements without fumbling through a menu. The same goes for adjusting radar clutter from rain or sea state.
So, we've covered the basics of power, the screen layout, and the controls. But knowing what a button does is one thing. being able to use it effectively when you're under pressure, that's something else entirely. And that brings me to what I think is the most important takeaway from this whole thing.
And here it is, the most important point. You have to practice. When you're in port, take some time and just play with the system. Get familiar with it. Most importantly, practice with that trackball. Because when you're out at sea and the ship is rolling and pitching, being able to skillfully select a tiny target on that screen isn't just a nice skill to have, it is an absolutely crucial skill. It has to become second nature.
So there you have it, the fundamentals. You now have the foundation to build on, and the key is to just keep building, because this is a tool you'll be using for your entire career. You've taken that first step. So the real question is, what are you going to master next?